It's Earpmas on the Wynonna Earp After Show, and we on AfterBuzz TV are going to talk about the menstrangel, vampires, and more. Stick around!
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Bah humbug! It's Wynonna Earp.
Straight up.
Straight up! If you haven't already, go to youtube.com, look for AfterBuzz TV's Sci-Fi Fantasy Superheroes channel. That's where we live. We're sci-fi, fantasy, and superheroes. I'm Yael Teagle. I'm joined by my panel. Hello, ladies.
Hi, what's up? How's it going? Carrie Lane here.
Hi guys, Alexis Torres. What's up? What's up?
And Carrie is live in the chat.
Yes.
So if you are watching us live, join her, converse. If you're watching us after, comment, please. I'm yelling at you. This is Wynonna Earp Season 3, Episode 6. If we make it through December. And as we all know, anyone who's ever seen me on any other show, I hate Christmas. So I have thoughts on this episode. How did you all feel?
It's funny hearing your guys' opinions because I was like, oh, I really liked it.
I liked the episode.
No, the episode was fine.
Oh,
There was
okay.
just
I hate Christmas.
Oh.
yeah, there was just things about the episode that didn't particularly take to me. Mostly the Christmassy stuff, but that I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Yael and I are still best friends because, besides the fact of my holiday choice, but you love me. You shut your beautiful mouth.
I love Halloween, and there are a very small number of horror Christmas movies.
Oh, there you go.
So this kind of had the best of both worlds.
Sure, I'll take that. But
Fine.
yeah. Anyway,
Those on the iTunes can't see how disgusted I am in my
Yeah.
face. I will say the greatest thing of the Christmas episode, the number one on my tree, is the menstrangel. And my favorite line of the entire episode is, I guess the menstrangel can go back in my box. The greatest line. Thank you.
oh good lord.
Also, apparently, someone pointed out well, that's not canon. How
Yeah.
wonderfully meta is that?
I know.
Yes.
I love that.
I love this moment. Well, I love Doc coming in with the tree.
Yes.
And being shunned by
Aw.
Mama.
Yeah.
Because she's all Christmas all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would die if I walked into my house and there was Christmas crap everywhere.
That was insane though, especially because
Oh,
it threw me
no.
off because I was just like, why? What?
August?
It's August.
I mean, we have our Christmas in July. as
No,
a thing,
no.
But August, it feels
No,
weird.
No.
It's literally, our show is a summer show.
Yeah.
They can pick whatever date they'd like to be
That's
Christmas.
true.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy that we've gotten kind of, time frame.
Yeah.
I like knowing when we are because it's always snowing outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you
yes.
never know what time of the year it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird town they live in.
Yes.
Snowy. I love when Santa Nedley asks the kid what he wants for Christmas, and the answer is Selena Gomez.
Me too, kid.
Girl, who doesn't?
Me too. I
Please,
thought the same
Selena
thing.
and
Yes.
Demi
I
under
was
my
like,
tree, please.
Right?
Yeah. Found it. Well, yeah.
Yes, that is.
Yes.
Mama slaughtered a wild turkey.
Yo, I was eating when I was watching this episode, and I was
That's
like,
your first mistake.
and I don't know why I did that. That was a dumb idea.
I saw it and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a turkey from the store with a neck. I noticed the neck.
Yes, I saw that too.
I knew immediately. I was like, oh, she just killed that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how you all put it together.
I mean, because they don't sell it like that. There's no way. So I was like, she did that herself.
It's like getting a fish with the head on it and stuff. Like you can.
Yeah, that's
but
something you buy all the
turkey-
time.
But turkey,
No.
no.
So, as someone who doesn't celebrate Christmas,
Yes.
this dinner seemed a lot like Thanksgiving.
Christmas dinner is pretty much Thanksgiving, but you have, it's because you do ham or turkey.
Please?
No, because I was
Yes.
going to be like, I have an Asian household. We don't have that stuff.
There's that too.
We have like
yeah.
duck and things like that.
Well, you're the other bird.
Yeah, literally the other bird or just no bird at all. It's mostly
Yeah.
just a lot of noodles and rice.
And there's plenty of people who don't eat ham, so that's like the
Yeah.
other one. Like people do a Christmas ham, but you can do turkey too.
Yeah, it's literally the same foods.
Yeah.
Just use. As a person who's now married to someone who is not Asian descent, I've definitely figured out that it's literally the same thing, food-wise.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I am baffled.
Yeah.
Though canned cranberry sauce, that's horrible and
Oh my
disgusting.
god!
I'm like,
I was like, oh, she left it like that.
Well, because no one's going to
Why?
eat it anyway. It just has to be there.
no, but they can't. No,
No. No.
I love cranberry sauce.
My mom
just,
also does,
to
too.
see it in a can is just like atrocity.
Nope, nope,
You've
nope,
lost me.
nope.
I know you've lost me here.
Nope, honey bunches of nope.
So our family gathers around in the end, and it's Winona, Wayhott, Doc, Jeremy, and Mama.
Oh.
I did enjoy their toasts to fallen comrades, to the brave, to Sheriff Hot, which we will get to, trust me. And to the reappearance of Jeremy's upper lip,
Yeah.
That was adorable.
which we will also get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done with Christmas. Moving on.
That was easy.
Yeah, let's talk about Wayhott, which I
Oh.
guess is a little Christmassy.
I mean, there was a lot of
Yes.
Christmas themes happening
Yes.
for sure.
Meh. That's not what I would put an elf in. I'm going to be honest. An elf that
Yeah, but
good
it's also
looking.
there's children though.
Yeah, but there's other ones at the mall that don't look like that.
It's also a small town though.
well, also it's cold, so I guess that was my thought. It's just
she's
like it's
outdoors.
layers.
If you're in a sweaty mall, yeah, put her in a bikini. I don't care. Like,
I very much care. Put her in a bikini.
yeah, well, no, but you know what I'm saying. But like, if you're gonna be sitting out, and it's not like where it's like in a cabin or something. It's like you're out in where you're picking up trees in the middle of snow at night. Like, no, put her in like a full thing. She's gonna freeze her ass off.
Speaking of costumes that you can freeze your ass off in, what did we think of Waverly
Waverly's?
in her sexy Mrs. Claus?
I was like, oh, this is how people end up having babies if you want to count 9 months from December. That's usually where a lot of babies come from. It's like
sexy Mrs. Claus?
Yeah, apparently Christmas and New Year's is like the biggest time for people to conceive babies at that time because it's the
There's
holidays.
a lot of August babies, so
mean-
we're pretty much 9 months later.
Yep.
Wow.
But like the
I am learning
August
so
baby.
much about
Like,
Christmas.
literally, you have two of them sitting right here next to each other within 2 days of each other.
Is it that it's cold and you want to warm up?
That, but also because
Yes.
the holidays, I feel like Hanukkah could be part of that too. That I feel like it brings people. No, it brings people together.
Yes.
I have Kwanzaa definitely, but it brings people together, and I feel like because everyone in their brains, like Christmas or the holidays is like this like romantic
Yes.
time of giving gifts and spending time for each other, that kind
And
of
the
stuff.
excuse, because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that
They're
thing where
using that for
people are
everything.
only together for the holiday season?
Huh?
There's a word for it. It's like cuffing season.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I never knew what the
Don't
word was.
100% quote me on that one. But
Yeah.
it's like essentially holidays are really like about togetherness or having someone.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're single, it's cuffing or something like that. When you're just dating for the holidays.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yes. I had somebody on another show talk about that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's just
You
You know
learn
what?
something new.
I'm sorry. You Christmas people are weird.
what are you gonna do?
So let's talk a little bit about Nedley and his emotional stuff, not what happened.
Ah, woof, yo.
He can't take it anymore. We heard him previously say he's over this. And he says that he saw a vampire bite off a head and then binged a season of Pretty Little Liars like nothing happened.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, I was like, there's nothing. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stew around and just like sit in your office? Like, no, you're gonna try to distract yourself by watching a whole. What was
Trash.
it? Yeah.
A whole season. I'm not saying it's not a good show. I'm just saying it's
She said
trash.
I don't like that show either, but it was just so.
I-
it just came out of nowhere
So
for me.
it was. I'm censoring myself.
There's some people who love that show.
It was
do.
a great show.
I know so many people who love.
I'm not saying it wasn't a
PLL.
good show. I'm saying for this instance, it might be. Are you looking up this crap?
No,
No,
I was looking at the
cuffing
word.
season.
It is cuffing. Cuffing. Cuffing season is the term used to describe the
For the
period
autumn
during autumn and winter months
winter.
in which avid singletons find themselves seeking to be cuffed or tied down by a serious relationship, but you'd be
or tied
forgiven
down.
for thinking it has some. You'd be
S&M
forgiven to
qualities.
think this has something to do with S&M.
Sorry.
So it's just like a temporary.
When I hear
seasonal
cuffing,
relationship.
it's different.
Yeah,
Yes,
same,
that's
same,
what
same,
it says.
same.
You're not alone in thinking that.
Great.
But anyways,
Where
I
were
mean,
we?
it makes sense that he has to totally, detach and think of something else. Otherwise, he'd just go nuts.
Right. And I think
Yeah.
that totally makes sense. And I get that, I'm doing it. As an SVU watcher, I know that the cases with children are the hardest.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that a kid goes missing on Christmas, which is apparently a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Sure. And so it affects him. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And he was right there too.
But
It's rough.
But he resigns.
I mean, I feel like
He's
this is
been
going to
doing this
happen
for
eventually.
so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he works
He's just
with
tired.
Ward.
Like this was the straw that broke the camel's back. He's
Yeah,
been
for
doing it
sure.
for so long and just I'm done.
Yeah.
And the fact that he couldn't do anything, that probably also pushed it of like, I'm doing my job. I didn't do anything. I just stood there. I shouldn't be doing this anymore. And I'm so tired. That's the final, okay.
Yeah, and I was going to say that also that line, which I feel like was not just thrown out to be thrown out there, was when he couldn't even have kids sitting on his legs because his knees are giving out or they hurt so much. It's like, yeah, Nedley's not, I mean, I also thought that he wasn't human, but he's also not the spry chicken that he used to be, you know? It takes time for him, so it makes sense for him to pass the baton to Wayhott, to Officer Hot.
Just Hot. Yeah. Just the second half.
She is Wayhott, just in my brain.
So she is now sheriff.
I love it!
And gets a celebratory dance.
Yeah, she does.
What did we think of this dance? So first of all, for those who didn't catch on, it was the exact same routine as the cheerleading uniform.
Yep.
I love the cheerleading one. I thought this one was just cute.
I don't know that I needed. Also, I did not recognize the song.
I didn't know the song either.
No, they didn't say
Oh, good, because I was like,
Yeah.
is this another one of those Christmas
No,
songs?
I think she just made it up to make it cute.
No, well, they
no,
kept
'cause
playing.
then
It
it
was a real
played.
song.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was just her singing.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't understand what's happening in terms of song. But
I mean, it's nice to have an obscure reference. I was reading, we talked about it a little bit
Yes.
before, but I was reading through some of the tweets ahead of time, and people had liked how with this dance is not the overly sexual thing between partners, but slightly, awkward and kind of
Yeah.
timid on it to make it more realistic that it doesn't need to be like this perfect thing. And I thought that was kind of cute to show because, like, the cheerleading one is like, I know what I'm doing, and she was so confident. And
'cause
this
she
one,
was
She was all,
Waverly.
yeah.
no, and then she'd been a cheerleader.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this was like, you want to do something for your partner. You
And
don't
she was
quite know.
embarrassed.
And and being shy. And so that was cute to see the realness in it. But in a way, it is a repeat kind of vibe.
yeah,
But it is fine.
I don't know. I also, when you do a sexy Mrs. Claus, I expect a sexier
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus. 'Cause
Same.
It was all covered, and then it was a short skirt.
Oh, it was nice legs, though.
I mean,
Like, it's a good
clearly.
leg outfit.
Great
Yes.
legs.
Yeah.
I just would like to see more.
See, at least for me, I feel like I understand when you can put on like the sexy cheerleader outfit or a sexy Mrs. Claus outfit or whatever you have for this role playing cutesy little thing that you want to do. I feel like it's totally fine to do that and show that, but I also don't want it to be a trope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't want that to become a
They
thing.
can't do it again. Now it's
No,
like,
like
okay.
you can't. Like that's it. And if
Yeah.
you do it again, I'm gonna be like, okay, we
The
get it.
only way I'd accept it again is if they're doing it together and it's the series finale.
Sure, I'll do
Yes.
that. But yeah,
Chat's kind of liking how it was awkward. And
Yeah.
it feels real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
completely, 100%. It's one of those things as a person who's part of the alphabet soup, I don't want it to become like, oh, look at this cute little gay couple. They're always going to be doing some cutesy dance together, That's what I'm saying. But I think it was still something that definitely shows through, because different relationships have different things that they like to do for each other. I love that it wasn't like, again, slow-mo, her throwing her hair and flipping it in the perfect way. Like, it was cutesy, and I love that. I just don't want it to become a trope. Just period.
I agree. Let's switch to a different couple for a second.
Sure.
And talk about Jeremy and ghosted Robin.
Ghosted Robin.
So he shaved his stash. He staved his stash.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, that moment though when he's talking with Doc and they do the hand on the leg.
And he was like, and
I
He's all, no.
love this conversation between
Same,
Jeremy
same,
and
same.
Doc.
Yeah.
I like this friendship. I like that Jeremy has not given up on
Yeah.
together. I'm
And
like,
you shouldn't,
yes.
Jeremy. Keep on trucking, my friend.
Yeah. One day.
One day.
Actually, based on the way this ends, probably soon.
Yeah.
So I also love this situation where he's giving the references and Doc isn't catching any of them. I was like, yeah, they're good references.
Yeah.
I understood all of them.
But Doc in his way was nice. The advice of, okay, just be direct. You need
Right.
to tell people what you want.
Yeah.
Don't be vague about it. Especially relationships, you really
Right.
need to tell people what you want because otherwise the vagueness, that's where problems happen.
Yeah.
But I agree that is the best advice.
Yeah.
But if he's ghosted, that's useless advice.
Yeah.
If no one's answering
True.
your calls, you being like, I would like to know where we're at.
purgatory. I would hope he goes, well, it is purgatory.
Right.
Other weird stuff could have happened.
So it's unlikely that I was ghosted because I'm perfect. Therefore, he must be kidnapped. Speaking of, Robin was kidnapped.
And we kind of already knew that to a point. We just didn't know what kidnapped him at first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting that we're like, oh, okay, definitely bull shark,
He
not just
was
the trees.
taken by the bull shark.
Yeah, the bull shark. That's back.
Somebody posted bull shark, and I love it.
Aw.
Bull shark,
So
yeah.
whoever commented bull shark, I love it. Before we talk about the bull shark
Yes.
and the missing children, Alexis,
Yes.
go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Do that again.
Our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from drama, reality TV, sci-fi, and many more, like we are doing here. Our network works harder to serve television fans like yourself, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, this one here, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out the other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you to everyone who's here. Who do we have live in the chat?
Yes,
okay, before-
we got Bam Lover 03, ABK 88, Heather Lamb, Aurora O'Connor, and scrolling up, Dana Boreen,
Daniela Garcia.
Ardell W. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your names wrong.
We have at least 71 watching right now.
Ooh, hello, 71 people.
Yes, and I don't have the name top of my head, but there is a Facebook group too.
Yeah, they watch
like
us
group
live
chat.
every week, yeah.
Hello, Facebook group. Thank you. And we also have iTunes. Go to iTunes, subscribe, and rate and review. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. And if you don't
Give
like
a
us,
thumbs up.
you can give us 4 stars.
Talking about iTunes.
The other stars, they do not work. That is correct. They are broken. I broke them on my first day here. So 4 if you don't like us. And if you don't like us, you better comment and tell us why so we can fix it. If you do like us, that's 5.
Yeah, 5.
And a thumbs up on YouTube's.
Yes. Our last review was on July 3rd, so y'all need to get with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
So we can read it live on the air.
Because we see you comment on YouTube.
Yeah, do it for us, please.
Yes.
Let's talk about the missing kids and bull shark. That's a real fun one. Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, it's called Earpers for Life on Facebook.
Hi, Uppers for life.
adorable.
It's very cute.
I think we all are. So Tim Blake and Robin something.
Robin something.
I don't remember what Robin Wilson is,
I don't think he ever said his last name, did he?
but his family has been there
They
forever.
mentioned,
Oh,
but I
dang
don't
it.
recall.
I don't remember.
Robin, the other new white guy. So
Yes.
they were kidnapped.
Oh my God, I just realized that you said that. I mean, true, but
Hello,
It's
we
true.
have 2 new white men.
yeah.
So
Jet.
Jet?
That's his last name. J-E-T-T.
Thank you.
Robin Jet.
Yep.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking. Y'all know what I'm thinking. All right. So Doc and Wynonna decide that they're going to check with Kate to see what it was about the VIP families. What we know that they're the families that have been there, but we don't know what the plan was.
Yeah.
So Kate tells us that she can't, that they weren't supposed to kill them, that Bull Shark needed them, and then we see that he's feeding his people the thing that he gave the vampire in the first episode. At the end of the episode, it looked like a
Something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then green goo.
Yeah.
Oh, like shoving that. No.
Yeah. So
I skipped that part.
Well, I was like, is it alive or come alive with
Yes.
the stuff inside?
So we'll jump into those predictions.
Yeah.
But I will say, anyone who's also watching Killjoys, my predictions are very in line with what's
are
happening
they?
on Killjoys.
Yeah.
Because they also have a green goo and a creature in your mouth.
Crossover.
Yeah. So he feeds Robin. That's something we definitely need to touch on, is that Robin has green goo residue on his
he
mouth.
does, but
Yes.
he's not dead.
He's not dead. No one who has it died that we saw. No one
True.
who's been fed.
Just look gross and
They're just-
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're just forced this. And then later when he kisses Jeremy, I was like,
I thought the same
no,
thing.
you had goo in your mouth.
I was
like,
sitting
did
there
you
going,
mouthwash?
come on, yeah, it's gonna happen. Yes.
No, as soon as I was like, no.
I was like, he's a creature inside him. He's going to kill us all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Slupple. Sorry if I said that wrong.
Slupple.
Slupple.
Beach pit or peach pit and fertilizer.
Yeah.
So like a plant and then a fertilizer
Oh,
thing.
because of those
Killer
plants.
trees.
Yeah, because we had killer trees and the plants that what's his face Robin was
Yes,
tending
yes.
to. Interesting.
So like
Yeah.
they're growing trees in them.
Yeah.
maybe they
Candace-
become those crazy trees
Yeah.
that move around and kill people.
Hannes A says a walnut thing turns them into trees. You see the vampire dude's scarf at the murder tree. So, yes. And that's why the trees maybe bleed.
And also the fact that then that makes sense why Robin was taken by a tree. That limb that grabbed him.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Ooh, really good theories, everybody.
Yeah.
So while we're searching, Jeremy narrows it down to 3 factory industrial plants. We have 3 options, and instead of everyone going to one together, they split up.
I mean, that's pretty.
In the end, it did work out best because otherwise it could have been late.
Yes. Well,
I guess they were late for Robin, but yeah, still.
yeah. And no one died.
True.
They didn't die; they were forced.
It sounded awful, though.
Yeah. So the other thing
Murder
I
trees.
was like, splitting up makes sense, but call in more team.
Yes,
Yeah,
they have more
don't
team
go
to
by
go.
yourself.
Yes.
Right, like Jeremy can go, and Nedley, I know he's all sad and whatnot, but force
Even
him to.
Waverly could go.
Yes.
Well, she was dealing with.
Oh, wait, she's with Mama at home.
Yeah, but
yes,
she
yes,
wasn't.
yes.
She was dealing with. She was dealing with Bobo stuff.
Whatever.
Yes.
I just thought it was anyway.
I just think it's funny because Winona always calls Waverly when there's things happening. She definitely did not call Waverly at this point. She was like, no, but she was with Mama. I'm just going to leave her be. I was like, no.
Babysitting, yeah.
Call her.
Right, like your mom's a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
So Charlie shows up to where Winona is.
Y'all, I don't trust him.
Yeah. And then they go on
Well, he's
this...
supposedly just a man.
Let's talk about Winona and Charlie for a second before we continue.
Sure.
Well, I mean, then they go in and they free everybody. So
Tight budget, Yale. That's
As in, who else would they call?
And there's like tight budget.
the whole team is there, right? Like,
Well, there's still Nedley.
there's
and
Nedley, Jeremy, and Waverly.
Yeah.
True. We know can take a bunch. Like,
Yeah.
We've seen it.
they each
Yeah.
could have gone in pairs.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Anyway, so let's talk about Charlie from Fire Services. First of all, I could have sworn we met the fire department and they were that cult.
Yeah. That's why I was
Right.
like, what the hell is this BS right now?
So when he was like totally up on the supernatural and was like, point your gun at me and let's see it. Like, I was, hello, we know that they're not on our side. Why
Yeah.
are we trusting this white man?
yeah.
Again.
yeah. No, you're
Well,
correct.
because you pointed out also, we talked about before, how many are we only have now 2 people of color on the
Yes.
cast ensemble? Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. Because then we'll be here for another 3 hours. But anyway, that's
Well,
not
it's
the
worth
point.
pointing out because
No,
other fans, you
trust
all have
me.
noticed on Twitter too.
Trust me.
Yes.
I just, again, we're going to be here for 3 hours if I rant about it. So, either way, woosah. I was in that moment of like, didn't we meet this gentleman already? No, never mind. It's a different firefighter.
I was like, what happened to the
Yeah.
original hot firefighter?
I thought he got replaced, and I was like, who's this guy? I was so confused.
I loved the idea that they were like, they're just interchangeable.
Yeah, it's fine. They have the same cute jawline. We'll just throw them in there together. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Different jawlines.
Clearly, I was making a point.
He was like very just generic.
yeah,
handsome.
but I also feel like something was weird about him being it besides the culty thing that I feel like we just threw out the window.
Yeah, so when she pulls out Peacemaker and he's like, I'm not supernatural, like feel free to do what you need to do. It
was a power play.
But that to me is a red flag. Being like, I put together the killer tree and the blood that's not blood and the missing.
Yeah.
I don't know that you should have put this together, sir.
Yeah, also, I was like, why are you at the scene in the first place? I understand
Well,
that
Jeremy called him.
Yeah, I don't know that I believe it.
Quote,
I was
unquote.
like, how do you know this person?
And
when
how
did
does
this happen?
Jeremy know him?
Yeah, because that's never come up before.
So he was
he come in?
he came in
Yeah.
when she was like, I'm taking
But
this blood to my
still-
team. So he met Jeremy.
Why?
But why was
say,
he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
man.
trust him. I think he's working.
Millie
look,
card in the chat. Never trust the newbies.
Agreed.
Yes.
So he says
And yeah, Maria Balov, super generic. Yeah. A
when
little
they,
bit.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not hot. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he's generic
There's
hot.
other options they could have chosen.
Yeah.
Was it you who pointed out? No, it was you who pointed out the hot Gabs.
The Asian guy
Sure.
who was
He had
the
great abs.
her classmate from high school.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, he was
remember
super
him.
hot. Can we bring someone like that back?
Yo, seriously, anybody.
Yes.
Literally anyone. I don't even care.
So also when she asks him kind of about stuff, he says this town's got a bit of a reputation. Okay, so why did you come? You're new to town. It's got a reputation for, supernatural things and people dying. Yeah, let's go there.
Oh, Perry is his name. Thank you, chat.
Yeah. Abs.
He was really cute.
Oh my god, like that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Like,
his abs?
Yeah, no, just Perry in general.
Yes,
he
Perry
was
was
hot.
Okay. And then Wynonna and Charlie, what is it? She's not going to lay down and scream unless she's made to.
I love that line, yo. I was like,
When he says that she has a gift for going from
the
inappropriate to
yes,
inappropriate.
that's-
I literally thought of all three of us because I'm just like, that's what we do all the time.
I heard it went, thanks.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is made for our panel
Yes.
for sure.
Speaking of Wynonna's love life,
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about Doc under the mistletoe.
Yo,
She
Yes?
also has a "I don't need to get laid" kind of comment.
Oh, I was like, all right.
The way you're saying that, Wynonna, I don't believe you.
Yeah, she was just trying to get past some
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
clearly.
Yeah. So, Christmas. I have a Christmas question.
Yes.
Doc says it's bad luck to
Oh.
refuse a kiss.
Yes.
Under the mistletoe.
Under the mistletoe, yeah.
Yes.
It's bad luck.
To some
But you're
people,
supposed to kiss under the mistletoe.
yeah, I know what you're gonna say next. So I
Which
completely,
is?
nope. I'll let you do that since you were gonna bring it up. But yes, it is to a degree. There are people who keep up that tradition that it is bad luck if you don't kiss under the mistletoe, but. Also, I feel like that is changing with the times because obviously
Yes.
this was back in like the 20s, the 30s, things like that, or even ancient times. I have no
I don't
idea.
even think like.
I don't think anyone actually does that anymore, to be completely honest.
Yeah, just because it puts people in an awkward position, and it'd be like at horrible office parties where.
Yeah,
you
which
would-
has happened before. So, yeah.
As the SVU After Show host, I'd like to point out that forcing people to kiss under a mistletoe is completely unacceptable.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
He
heard
points
it.
out, like, do you have to? And he says the invitation's always open.
He
Kind
says
of,
the offer's always there.
Which I thought was really sweet.
I was like, oh my god, he loves it.
It was just.
And he says, "Tell me you love me."
He says you could admit that you love me.
Yes.
It was one of those moments where I was like, I'm really proud of Doc that he's really showing his feelings because that's usually the opposite with him. Hence
Yeah.
why Wynonna and him usually kind of work is that they're like, I don't want to tell you, but then also give me your face. So
It very much felt like he gave all that advice to Jeremy and then just did it.
and which is rare.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
And
I like this development.
He says to her, "You're not the other woman. You're another woman.
woman.
You're the woman that I'm with now, and we have
Yeah.
something more special. She was my wife, but we have something more."
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we know that he has a weakness for his wife. We've definitely seen it on camera, which we'll get to at some point.
We're about to get there.
Yeah. So I was upset with Wynonna at this point, but I also understand that that's just how her deflection comes up
Yes.
a lot of the time when she's getting too close to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's getting
Yeah.
too close to him, so
Yeah.
she's gonna go screw fireman,
Generic
fireman,
McGee.
interchangeable fireman.
Oh my god.
Who has a large hose?
Oh my god. I was like, and we're done.
Speaking of large hoses, apparently Bullshar is a big dick.
Yeah, no, straight up. Jeremy's
funny.
like, I don't really know what he's packing. I just, in general, he's a...
He is a big dick.
And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, Jeremy, I love how you had to explain that to the group.
Do we feel? Heather Lamb said in the chat says, "I don't think being called another woman is any better,
No.
to be honest."
No, I understand what... Because I had that same reaction where he's like, you're not the other woman, you're another woman. I was like, I feel like you could have worded that better. But I also understood what Doc was trying
Right.
to say. He was
Yes.
saying you're your own entity. You're not
Yes.
a label. You are just a woman to me.
Yeah, I agree. He was trying to make it work, which was unnecessary.
Correct.
He could have said, "You're not another woman. You're
Winona, you're...
right. The
Or
woman
he
I'm
could
with
love
now."
both
now.
of them
Yes.
just differently.
Yeah.
It's so.
Or at the same time too.
I don't think Wynonna's down with that.
No,
She seems
she's
very
clearly,
jealous.
clearly.
Interesting. I feel like what I wanted him to say after that, when he said "you're another woman," is I wanted him to say something along the lines of, "I'm with one woman at a time,
Yeah.
and right now you are that woman."
Yeah.
He kind of said it when he said something to the extent of it's what we have is even more special.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
hard because I also understand
Yeah.
how our brains work, where we only hear that one phrase and
Yeah.
you repeat it over and over in your brain. You're like, I'm just another woman. And again, there's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. That's just how
Oh.
we
Yes.
break down logic.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just awkward to have it that way.
Also, technically he lied. Daryl in the chat goes, he lied about sleeping with his wife.
Yep.
I haven't been with her. But
Yeah.
Winona calls out like, oh,
But I
really? You
don't
just
think-
left the night?
Yeah, the knife. I agree because we don't know exactly. They could have started and then stopped.
That's true.
They could
That's
have
true.
not even gotten there.
I mean, also,
started and
I
it
also
was
feel
hot.
like, yeah, well, I also feel like because she's also a vampire, she could also be manipulating him. We have no idea. Because remember, that's what they were doing to the town, where it was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God, look how pretty she is.
They
Oh my
were
God.
glamoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, sexy fog, yo. We just don't see it.
Speaking
Yes.
of sexy fuck vampires,
Yeah.
let's talk about Kate for a second.
Hi, Kate.
I love that she was like, I was a vampire. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I love that Doc was really dumb and was just like, what are you... Oh my God. And you're like, yeah, you're an
So
idiot.
funny. I like.
I thought
he
you were
was
just
stupid.
like playing games.
Yeah. I really like that he thought that was their role play.
I love that Winona was like, and I need a bucket.
I wonder what their other role play.
I would love to know.
Right now, that's where my mind went. Was
Yeah,
those.
same.
Yeah.
Heather Lamb points out Doc was immune to the glamour, though, right? Question mark.
I mean...
We don't know that he was taken.
We
was
didn't
taken.
really
We didn't see anyone
him
try.
do it.
True. And also, I feel like it's not the same type of glamour. It's different when it's someone that you actually loved. Just to me, though. That could be, like, really on the line of stuff, like a really blurred line. But I'm just like, nah, I feel like when you've been married to someone or you've been in a relationship with someone and then you have to see them again and interact with them, sometimes the brain just doesn't think.
So
you
it's
know?
not glamour so much as actual feeling.
Yeah, I mean, either way.
Yeah. They got a history.
So then the beekeepers came by.
And opium. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, also the opium.
Yes.
And Kate's afraid that Bullshar's going to discover who she is.
Which seems interesting as in you're a vampire,
I wanna
you're
know-
married to dog.
Right. I want to
I think it's a little bit of everything.
So she also says to Winona, I could tell you about Wyatt because I was there. So maybe it's that she was part of.
Oh, getting rid of him.
Yeah, she wasn't
That makes
necessarily like a first
sense.
family, but she was part
Yeah.
of the group.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
That's that was one of the thoughts that I had.
Yeah, 'cause, or maybe that she was running away from him, and then if she gets found out because
Right.
she ran away, that she could be punished for leaving. Yeah.
Although I don't think he could do the thing in the
No, I don't think that she can make him into a murder tree or make her into a murder tree.
assuming that is what that does.
Yeah.
We've okay.
Yeah.
So then Doc, this is where I got very angry at this episode.
Yeah, I was not expecting
I
this
was all
part.
per his tweet. He said Team Edward now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
He also changed. Tim changed
It's an
his.
icon with a mustache and fangs.
No way! Guys, I don't know about this. I wasn't, like, when this was happening, I was like, nah, it's not gonna.
So this is similar to when we lost dolls. When I went,
yeah, I
not
was
gonna
like, nah,
stick.
it's not gonna stick.
But apparently,
I totally was thinking that for a while in terms of
Really?
he's totally obsessed with immortality.
Oh, that
This
makes
isn't
sense.
easy because he says the line, "So I'd be immortal, right?"
Damn
he
it.
doesn't want to
So
end
I'm
up
not
back in
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
Yeah.
the reasoning makes sense. I just wasn't expecting
hell.
it.
Well, then
you know what I mean?
he says to her, "Let's stop pretending this isn't what you came here for." And it reminded me in the first episode when they were going to turn him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't particularly like it, but we'll see where
Same.
it goes.
I just want to know how it affects him later because so far what we've seen of those vampires is they're not too hindered by being
No.
a vampire.
No.
So
But maybe because we've never seen a newborn vampire, maybe they do have to go through that kind of
True.
turmoil first,
Yeah.
and then eventually adapt. You know,
Yeah.
I like
because
where you're at.
there's so many different vampire lores. I can English. Vampire and lore and things like that you can tweak it in sci-fi so much
Right.
that I feel like if there was a thing of like, oh, you're a baby vampire, you have to go through the motions, and then obviously when things are happening and he's like, I can't go out in the sun, dang it, you know,
because
things
he's a
like
baby and not strong
yeah,
enough
like I
yet.
said, like he hasn't, his powers hasn't gotten good enough, so
or
that
he
he like,
hasn't drained somebody yet.
Yeah.
or he's just grumpy and really needs to eat something. You know, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he works with the group, and also
Yeah.
I want to see how
Yes.
Jeremy deals with vampire Doc.
Now, question for both of you,
Yes.
since
Yeah.
you don't like it. Someone in the chat, Maria Balov says Doc is such a coward in terms of doing this move.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
But then Bam Lover 03 says totally a Doc move, and also says didn't think about the consequences. So, do you feel he's a coward for doing this or resourceful? I go with resourceful.
I don't know that coward is what I
Yeah,
would
I don't think
use.
that was the right
Yeah.
term.
Dumb might be my
Yeah.
word, but we'll see. I'm eager to see where it goes. I didn't see it coming, and I think he's an idiot. But
I
we
feel like he
still
was
have so much to talk about.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, we're real low on time.
We're really low on time. Go for it.
Angel Waverly.
Yeah.
So let's
I
talk
don't feel
about.
like an angel.
Aw, but you're an angel to us.
Such an angel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that her papa's name is Julian. You know, the most angelic of names.
And all we see is hands.
And I was like,
Yeah, white
So
hands.
they were in love. He left without saying goodbye.
It's another new white guy.
Yeah, we don't
Because
see.
they're just white hands.
It's actually just Charlie's hands. And he's actually Julian, and that's why he's hanging out.
We have not.
Anyway.
That could be an
now-
interesting prediction.
Love it. Okay.
Oh, that'd be weird, though.
So,
Yes.
all right. So Bobo claims that he was there. Well, he was there the night that Waverly was born.
Yes.
He claims that Michelle said, "Save the baby, save Waverly," and passed out. He knew that she was different. He took her to ward and forced him to raise her. He holds on to Peacemaker.
Yes.
He's willing to hold on. Julian may be missing for some, but it seems Bobo knows where he is and won't reveal unless they help get him out. And then,
Mama.
Mama.
I was like, you don't trust Bobo sometimes. I understand that he might be like, oh, I'm here to protect Waverly, but I also have my own stuff that I want to do, so let me out.
He's chaotic neutral?
Sure.
Okay. I think that takes us into predictions because we want to predict about
Yeah, let's do it.
Hit it!
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so when Michelle says to Waverly that you shouldn't let him out, don't let him out, and then she does it, I think she's going to try to find Julian and kill him.
Oh, you think so?
He left her on the day she gave birth.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
No.
Predictions.
I think the vampire will stick unless there's some way to reverse it, which generally vampire lore that does not happen.
That does not happen, yeah.
I hope it isn't too much of a problem for him, but I hope it's more like, I hope he gets his mojo back because he's been a little more down on himself because he's not immortal anymore.
I feel like he's got plenty of mojo.
I mean, I also agree.
It's true, but I hope he gets a little bit more gusto back.
I could see it sticking for a bit. I would love it if if Angel Waverly learns how to reverse it or something.
Oh, that'd be a nice twist.
And can send him to heaven instead of hell. Alexis?
I love it because Aurora in the chat actually said what I was going to say. I thought that Julian, even though, the fact that he's some angel, I thought he was a fallen angel. And I was like, that would be interesting.
That'd be so good.
Because I feel like it's not, I'm not going to say it's a cop-out to have like, oh, look at Waverly, she's this beautiful angel. But I wanted it to be like a gritty backstory.
She's only half angel.
I mean, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I wanted it to be like something super gritty, because it felt like the way that they were filming this whole like conception thing was like, oh, look how pretty and glowy this is and everything. I was like, nah, this is not how this is. You're lying.
Well, I kind of like the idea of he's an angel who kind of took advantage of her. Kind of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I was like,
with
Plenty of
Starlet's
Ego.
dads. Yeah. No, I think the same
Trying
thing.
to fertilize people.
Yeah. But
Yep.
yeah, I feel like that was something that he was just a fallen angel. They happened to find each other. He uses, his very angelic ways of charming her and be like, yeah, I can pay attention to you, this, and this. And then
I'm
that's
not a
why,
drunk, abusive man like your husband.
Yep. And then
the
he was
bare
just
minimum.
like, I'm still a fallen angel, deuces.
Right.
And left. And I feel like that's probably why she wants to kill him, is because he is a fallen angel. Maybe he's up to no good, or when he finds out that Waverly understands that she's an angel now, maybe there's like some weird beacon that's going to go off and he's like, oh, my daughter calls to me. Like something weird like that. You know what I mean?
That. Yeah,
Where he could come
like she's
in.
activated.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like because of all the supernatural crap that I've been watching recently, I feel like that's something that would happen, and it would just be like, oh, my spider sentences are tingling, things like that. I don't know what Bobo's up to now that he's free. I just don't think it's going to be good.
Ooh, I like this one. Karen in the chat says, I think Julian saved Nicole.
Interesting.
Oh.
Huh. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Tie it all together.
And also, again, I don't trust, what's his face, firefighter General McGee, whatever the hell his name is. Charlie. Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't think that he's the fallen angel. That's just me throwing out stupid things.
I think that could be interesting.
But that would be interesting.
It'd be so messed up if he's sleeping with his
Yeah, that's what I
daughter's
said.
sister.
But he's a fallen angel. He doesn't really care.
Right.
So
Also-
and he's not tied to anything, so
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be
Yeah.
like that. Or he's like a minion for this fallen angel, Julian, and just kind of is just keeping tabs to let him know.
I think Charlie's working with Bullshart.
Okay, that would work
That could
too.
be a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Maybe he's trying to find Alice or something. I don't know.
Either way, there's something up with Charlie.
So much happened in this
I know,
episode.
some newbies.
This has been the Wynonna Earp After Show. It was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
I will again remind you that the menstrangel was the greatest part of the episode. Hands down, no competition. The best part. And I've been looking at a picture of it this entire time. Not even a joke. Alexis, where can people keep up with you?
Oh boy. So this is the part where I feel like people were talking about it in chat, and I'm sorry to say this because it makes me really sad. So this is going to be my last Wynonna Earp show in studio, because if there's going to be more seasons and I will be visiting, I'll definitely drop by if you will have me.
Absolutely.
I'll just lounge on that couch and be like, who's ready to talk about this shipping? But you can definitely follow me still on eTours890. If there's something crazy that happens, I'll probably do a Twitter video or something and send it in whenever I can.
And maybe join us live in the chat.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, every week I will be there. But the reason why is because I'm moving to the East Coast, and that is the reason why I will not be here. But definitely follow me, again, on all of the social medias. I'm also going to be doing a lot more stuff on my YouTube channel, and my husband will be too. So you guys can actually see us and our move, and how a person who's never been on the East Coast before is going to be adjusting to that. So definfinitely check that out for sure.
It snows there.
I know, I'm not ready. It's not going to be like Wynonna Earp status, but it will be interesting to see.
We're going to miss you.
I know.
All the chat is sad faces.
I know, but I'm also really happy that I got to be a part of this panel, because I didn't even know this show existed until these ladies actually brought it up, especially Yale, because she's like, Supernatural, but with really cool ladies. I was like, sold. I want to watch this. And now I've been part of this big community with you guys and all the other people on the internet, and it's just, I'm never going to forget this show. It's completely changed my life. So, no, don't cry. But yeah, I'm happy that I got to experience this with you guys, and again, that's not going to change. I'm still going to be here in spirit, but also maybe physically, depending on what's going on. I'm just going to be hanging out with Waverly as an angel. It's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Carrie, where can people keep up with you? Those were words.
Yeah, English.
Yes, you can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE.
I'm Yell Teagle, and this weekend I will not be here because I'm going to be in Atlanta at Dragon Con. If you're at Dragon Con, you find me, you say hello. That is an order. And keep up with everything on social media at Yell Teagle, YAELTYGIEL. And all the coverage from Dragon Con will be up at fanversation.com. And they will see you, well, this one will, and Amber, we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Menstrangel.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.